These are the materials for a simple tote bag. First, fold the fabric in half. Place the paper pattern on the fabric, aligned with the bottom of the fold. Pin the paper pattern using sewing pins and cut the fabric along it. Fold fabric B2 twice at the top side of the pocket and press it with an iron. Select straight stitch with the pattern selection dial. Sew over the fold of the pocket the fabric B2, aligning the fold at the center of the presser foot. After sewing the top of the pocket, fold the other 3 sides at 1 centimeter and press it with an iron. Mark the position of the inside pocket on the fabric B1. Pin the fabric B2 on the marked position with sewing pins. Sew the pocket, aligning the side of it with the center of the presser foot. Use reverse sewing at the beginning and the end of sewing. When sewing at a corner, stop the machine and turn the hand wheel toward you to lower the needle into the fabric. Raise the presser foot. Change direction of the fabric and then continue sewing. It is useful to use blind stitch foot, the optional presser foot, by sewing with the edge of the cloth aligned with the presser foot guide. Put the fabric A and the fabric B with fronts facing inward. Sew them together from the top side of the bag. Sew the bag aligning the edge of the fabric at the right edge of the presser foot with 1 centimeter seam allowance. Use reverse sewing at the beginning and the end of sewing. After sewing the top side, press down the seam allowance toward the fabric A and iron it. After folding it again like this, still with fronts of the fabric A and the fabric B facing inward, sew the sides of the bag. Use reverse sewing at the beginning and the end of sewing. When sewing the sides, leave an opening section about 8 centimeters on one side of the fabric B to turn it right side out later. After sewing sides, open the seam allowance and press them with an iron. Turn the bag right side out from the opening section. To close the opening section, sew it by hand blind stitches or by hem edge sewing with your sewing machine. It is easy to sew at the edge of the fold using edge joining foot, optional presser foot. Then, layer the fabric B in the fabric A. Shape the bag neatly by ironing. Remove the flatbed attachment to get ready for a free arm. Place the top side of the bag at the right edge of the presser foot. Stitch 1 centimeter away from the edge. Start sewing from an unnoticeable area without reverse sewing. Finish sewing with reverse sewing overlapping at the end. Finally, sew the handles with nice decorative thread. Now you have completed such a useful, simple tote bag.